Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition with me, Brink. So in the last episode I was having some sound problems, specifically with my voice. That should be fixed. I may sound a little quieter because of some of the changes I had to make to get rid of that robotic spiking that was happening. But yeah, it should be good now. Spent a lot of time trying to fix that, so I hope it's good. But before I get started, I do want to go over some of the UI options, both to refamiliarize myself with the controls, but also in case anyone is using this as their introduction to the series. I'll start over here on the right because there's less options. Reveal details, you click on that. You can also click tab. This will toggle it on and off. Tab, you have to hold it. Turn party AI on and off. I'll probably leave it on until they start making me mad. Then I'll turn it off and then manually do everything myself. Then there's select all. There's not a hotkey for this. On this side, if you scroll over everything or hover over it, it'll tell you what the hotkey is to open that menu. Next up, you can see these three circles on my portrait up here. Those are passives that I have active currently because of the class I chose. So if we look at the class, here we have, let's see, where's it at? Immune to charm, fear, poison, and morale failure, and 20% resistance to fire and acid. So if we go back over here, we can actually see these listed here. So we have Mind Shield, Protection from Poison, and Resist Fear. Because my class gives me 20 fire and acid resist, then I have Protection from Poison. All paladins have Protection from Poison, so I have 100 poison resist. I also have Resist Fear. That's not exclusive to me. It's an aura that my paladin emits, so anyone within the appropriate proximity will also get that buff. And then Mind Shield, we can read here, it was immunity to charm and fear, and morale failure. So it's just charm and fear. Yeah, we can go through and you look at all your stats. So you have your base Thaco, your actual Thaco, attacks per round, your lore, which is your ability to identify magical items. A reputation is important for your party because that determines whether or not they stay or they'll leave. Like if you have good aligned party members, if your reputation drops too low, they'll leave. Evil aligned party members, if it gets too high, they'll leave. It also goes in detail how many times I can cast Lay on Hands, turn on dead level. Again, I don't unlock that until level 3. I don't know what this AI script custom, I don't know what that is. These are my saving throws. They're a little higher because I am a paladin. Paladins get enhanced saving throws. And these are the proficiencies I selected in the beginning. Ability bonuses to hit, damage plus 3, open doors 25, weight allowance I can carry up to 220 weight. And things like that. And then you go and you look at your class, read about it, see what what advantages and disadvantages you have. And this is better if it's your first time through, and as you get companions, you can kind of see what your companions are capable of. Combat stats, again, it's just most of what you need is here. Then this just breaks it down further. Nothing crazy. Then obviously my attributes, you can go and look at your biography if you want. You can also export. You can export it to like the Black Pits and I think to Siege of Dragonspear. A reform party, this allows you to put your party into a formation. So like you put it like a triangle formation, circle formation, however you want your party set up for, encounters. Did I give it the journal and typing? I think I did. No, maybe I didn't. Did I give her the map? I don't remember. Anyway, the map, typically when you enter a new zone, it will be blacked out and you have to explore it to reveal new locations. This is revealed because we've lived here our entire lives. Journal, you have your quest log under quests, and then journal itself, you can add an entry and you can type things in, which is fantastic for RPGs. I'm going over that quickly because I don't remember if I covered that yet or not. Anyway, you have your inventory. Not a lot going on here. It's the beginning of the game. I think everything has a base armor class of 10. Then you just improve upon that. Already went over that. Mage spells. I'm not a mage. I'll never have any spells in here. This is where you go to memorize your spells. You can also press W. Yeah. Press W to go in here. You have to memorize spells in order to cast them. And you have to rest in order to memorize those spells. These are priest spells. I will start learning these at level 9. Clerics will start off with priest spells, and I think druids as well. Of course, there's different levels. As you level up, you unlock more powerful spells. You have to memorize these as well. And this is just settings. Nothing crazy there. Other options here, quick save. You can also just press Q. Help. I've never used the help button, so the help button will highlight other buttons in the main screen of the game. Okay. And then rest. Something great about this game, you can just spam rest. Though if you are in a dungeon, there's a higher chance of you being ambushed while you're resting. Resting in Durlag's tower is always a treat. Just non-stop skeletons rushing you. But you can spam it. It doesn't cost any rations or anything like some of the more modern CRPGs. You can just keep resting up so you can have spells for every encounter if you want. And I'll probably be abusing that. There's no reason not to. Yeah. So I am going to be extremely thorough in this playthrough. I'm going to talk to everybody, including the tutors. So be prepared for that. Because again, some people, this might be their first time seeing Baldur's Gate. And I want to make sure that I have all my bases covered for everybody. So we'll start by talking to this tutor.
Hello, child. Shall we continue your lessons?
Alright, hello, child. I've been instructed to tell you about basic mechanics of movement and time. If there's anything in that sort you would know more of. Tell me about pausing the game. Selecting the clock button at the bottom of the menu is... Sorry, that's over here. Spacebar is also pause. Selecting the clock button at the bottom of the menu... Okay, I'm not going to read all this. I'm sorry. I lied. Yeah, we're not going to read all this. This is all very, very basic stuff. Sorry. If you have any questions, ask, and I'll be sure to answer that. I'm not going to read about movement and pausing the game. That's a little much.
Hello, child.
Alright.
We continue your lessons.
We'll look at the circles. So, green is going to be party members. Or a creature I've summoned. Blue is what? Friendly is neither friendly nor hostile, so neutral is blue. Red are enemies. It's pretty straightforward. Yellow. Character out of control, so like if they're feared or mind controlled, they'll be yellow. Oh, and enraged, so berserkers will, or barbarians, when they're enraged, will have a yellow circle. Purple. Inaccessible. For cutscenes. Okay. I think there's an achievement for talking to all the tutors. I've never gotten it. Because I usually just ignore them.
Shall we continue?
I wonder if you need to actually select all the dialogue options. Oh no. I'm just run around and talk to everybody real quick. All the tutors. See if I can get that achievement. Alright, this will go over some of the ailments you can suffer in the game. Quick item slots. Oh yeah, I can go over that. So down here at the bottom, you have your hot bar or quick slots. You can have 3 like consumable items right here, so like potions or scrolls or something like that. Also, this right here, the first time I played the game, I didn't realize this existed, special abilities. So I was missing out on a lot of, I don't know, making my life easier. So if I click on that, I'll have access to some of my paladin abilities, so lay on hands, detect evil, protection from evil, and remove fear. Also, if you click on this, this is your, what's it called, quick something? Quick loot. So when you kill an enemy, they drop loot. You can either click on their bodies and it'll bring up a menu, and you can take the loot manually like that, or if you just click this, and if you're in the proximity of the loot, you can just click it from here and pick it up that way. And then you have guard. This will prevent your character from like running off and chasing enemies. And then talk, but you just click on people to talk, things like that. Anyway, let's find some more tutors. We'll try and find all the tutors, because I've never done it. And then if you are new to the game and you
shall we continue your lessons?
You need the tutors, you can use this as a guide to find them.
Hello, child. Shall we continue?
This talks about saving the game. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, actually I'm glad I'm not reading all this. Feel bad that I went back on my word, but
Hello, child.
journal entries, quest entries.
Our rules are very strict.
Okay, did I click on him? Anyway, Gate Warden. Soon be gone, will ye? Aye, Gorian asked me to teach you a wit about the finer arts of mass combat before ye leave. Can I pique your interest with it, Donald? Reading with accents is so difficult. Ah yes, Gate Warden. I would appreciate that. Good then, child. 'Tis one thing to maintain control of yourself in the heat of battle, but 'tis quite another to maintain one's authority over a group. I've asked Ob the illusionist to run through a few simulations for you down in the storage cellars. Just follow me this way and I'll unlock the door for you. Alright. Donald, the Gate Warden asked me to prepare a little going away party for you. A bit of mass combat practice is in order, I believe. Well, I'll make it real simple for you. Canderous, Mordain, Arcanus, Deader, and Osprey are all going to join your party. You have complete control over them, same as you will with anyone else who might join you in your coming travels. Once they've all joined your party, I'm going to summon in several illusions of common monsters you might encounter outside the safety of this keep. These illusions will attack the party, and it will be up to you to issue the necessary orders to dispose of them. Remember, these creatures are illusions and they won't be able to hurt you. Try your best to kill them, however, because in the real world, pain, harm, and even death are far more real. Some of your comrades will have magic items such as potions and wands. You have to equip these in the quick slots of the characters who have them. Some of them also have spells. You can cast these during the battle. Remember, even rogues and warriors can benefit from a good understanding of these more arcane forms of combat. Every so often I'll ask you if you've had enough. If you have, then I shall teleport you back outside. If you wish to continue practicing, however, then I shall create some more illusions for you to fight. Are you ready then? Good. Here we go. So welcome to combat. It's not anything crazy.
Hello.
So what does she have? Slow poison.
Yes, friend?
Visibility.
Hey,
Set snare.
Hello.
hello there.
Lay on hands.
I need a swig of some strong dwarven ale.
So I have it basically set up to pause no matter what happens in combat. So I don't lose control of it. So right now, with the AI on, they keep chasing after the next target. If I turn this off, I think the music might be too loud. I'm going to turn it down. I can't even hear myself. There we go. That's a little better. Let's still go after the next enemy. Okay, well. Alright, then you can go through and you actually look at your combat log. Just take me outside. May as well get some action in this, otherwise, it's probably gonna be a pretty boring episode.
I'm here to help.
Hello, child.
Memorizing
Shall we
spells.
continue your
I do recommend talking to some of these tutors if it's your first time playing through.
Our rules.
Because again, when I was a
are very
kid and I
strict.
first played this game, I didn't I didn't know how to memorize spells or anything. So let's rush past this area.
Shall we continue your lessons?
Hidden shadows, detected indoors and illusions.
Hello, child.
Turn undead,
Shall we
let's see.
continue your
Warrior ability to
lessons?
guard. Yeah, so while defending, your character attacks any creature that approaches a specified area or attacks a protected character. So you can also, yeah, you can guard specific characters. Bard Song, I won't be using a bard in this playthrough. Shaman's Dance. I never used the shaman in the game either. Will summon a steady stream of helpful spirits to aid in battle. Well, that sounds fun. Okay. Yeah, we probably won't leave Candlekeep until the end of the next episode.
I should have joined the army.
Winthrop has kept his prices as low as he could, but I expect that to change soon. It's been weeks since the trading caravan has made it here. Because there's turmoil in the world around us.
I should have joined the army.
Hey there, kid. Nothing to see here. Just standing in the corner. Alright, let's head in here and look into buying some equipment from the barkeep. The proprietor of this fine institution.
Here to help.
Child.
Alright, how to buy and sell things, renting a room,
Continue your
how
lessons.
to listen to rumors in the tavern.
Hello, child.
Use stairs, open
Shall we
doors.
Continue your lessons.
I feel like this guy should have been outside. If I couldn't figure out how to open up a door, I needed someone to ask, right? He should be outside. Again, very basic tutorial stuff. Dagger. Alright, some nobleman.
No time to chit-chat.
Step up to the heat, young one. You'll need a good fire to warm the chill stares off those monks. Most inhospitable they are. Isn't that so lovely? Oh yes, darling. They are most standoffish. Yeah, they lead a somewhat cloistered life here, so they are unaccustomed to many visitors. You're perhaps a bit colorful compared to what they are used to. Colorful? Dear, perhaps we should dress a little more plainly to fit in. It's worth a try, my dear. Although our clothes may only be the half of it, they certainly couldn't react any worse than they have. Thank you for the suggestion, Donal, and for putting it tactfully. Good eve to you. I'll talk to
A
you.
pleasure to meet a socially acceptable person such as yourself.
Well, her voice acting doesn't match her dialogue. I'd much prefer it if you were to leave me be. Alright. Let's talk to Winthrop. Come here, you.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Clean as an elven arse. Well, hello there, young one. Come to visit your old pal Winthrop, have ye? Well, don't forget the 10,000 gold piece book entrance fee. As per Candlekeep's custom. Don't you know? You always were the biggest kidder, Winthrop. That gets funnier very nearly every time I hear it. Well, perhaps not quite so often. Ha! Just having a bit of fun with ye, my friend. The monks may be walking around with poles in their nethers, but you know you're always welcome here in my sight. Gorian did well by you, he did. So, is there anything I can do for you? Some drinks, a room to sleep, or anything to buy? Yeah, what do you have? Alright, so this is his, So you buy these and you can start listening to rumors. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm going to start off, let's see. Does he sell... He does. You can make the argument that you don't really need to buy anything right now. I'm going to anyway. Alright, let's get a longsword. Now keep in mind, these weapons will eventually break. We haven't talked about it yet, but there's a plot point that explains why these weapons will break after so much usage. You'll have to get a magic item, so at least a +1 item or a unique item, so that it won't break. But I think I'll start with a longsword. You can have this dagger. And I will get a shield and some armor. That's gonna get a large shield. Oh, actually, remember, is there a difference between +1, +1? Yeah, let's get the large shield. And then I should be able to afford the chainmail as well. Oh, and you can also, when you click on it, it like toggles it on to be bought. That's what this plate mail. Alright, we can equip all of this. Looking pretty cool already. Where's the shield go? I don't remember. There we go. Alright, there we go. I'm all paladined out. That didn't take long.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
It's good. I'm not going to read that. Can't sell them the quarterstaff. Okay. You could make the argument I should grab throwing axes. Let's go ahead and buy the throwing axes as well. Wait, how many does he have? Alright, guess the throwing axes as well. Because I can't use missile weapons, but I can use throwing axes. Alright, anyway, let's go talk to Firebead Elvenhair. There we go.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Ah yes, I'm back within the hollowed halls of Candlekeep. With this iron crisis upon us, the trip from Baragos was more hazardous than I'd care to relate. Ugorian's word, aren't you? My, you've come into your own. If you permit an old man jealous of youth to say so. I left an identify scroll with Tethtoril in the inner grounds. You should be done examining it by now. So if you could fetch it for me, I'd be grateful. So we already have a quest. Go get a Firebead scroll. Let's go upstairs first.
I'm here to help.
That never gonna get tired of Pete's voice. So we probably come back. I think we can come back here later. Once we have a thief in our party. Come on.
Don't touch me. I might catch something.
Alright. Yes? Might I help you? Let's see. Oh, I was just wondering who else was sharing the inn with me tonight. Who might you be? I might very well be anyone, but I am Christian of Waterdeep. Likely you would not know my family name or history, and this suits me well and good. These trips to Candlekeep are a bit of an extravagance on my part. While I neither use illicit substances nor consort with hired company, I spend quite enough here that I should not like it common knowledge. To this end, I should appreciate it if you would forgo your odd little attempt at introductions and leave me to my thoughts. Alright, jerk.
Away with you, beggar.
What? I certainly hope there is an explanation for this intrusion. Explain yourself. Just getting to know the neighbors. Who might you be? My name is Quincy. Beyond that is my own business and none of your concern. Leave, lest I report this intrusion to the guard. Bunch of jerks. Sleeping dwarf? Wanna wake up, buddy? Nope, he does not want to wake up. I'm actually going to make this a little bigger. Sleeping man? Nope. Okay.
I'm here to help.
Let's talk to Flydia.
Hello there.
Oh, hello. Have you seen my copy of the history of Harua anywhere? You know how I can't stand the constant shuffling of arthritic feet up in the library. So I thought I'd get a bit of fresh air just east of here and... Oh, I hate being so absent-minded. Please, if you find it, I really do need it back. I think I know where that's at. That should be over here in this haystack, if I'm not mistaken. The cows have anything to say, right?
Hello?
Shank. Oh, goody goody. I've gone and found you first. You're the Gordovorian, no doubt. I am. What can I do for you? Our encounter shall be quite simple for you. Plainly put, I have made it my mission to end your life. Success will mean a little respect among my peers. So you see, you can do very little except die. And we fight.
I'll crust your face, I will. Make you dead.
And dead. Then we bring this up, and he has a dagger.
At once.
And that's it. Locked. Some money. A warhammer. Parda. Donald, you carry yourself above the brow. There. What is wrong, child? Something in your eyes tells me that something is very wrong indeed. Oh, Parda. There's a man in there. He smelled like the stables, and he tried to kill me. It was horrible. Hurry then, child. Equip yourself at the inn and go join Gorian on the steps of the library. I had a sense something like this might happen. Intrepid.
What do you need?
Flodia left one of her books in here again. It's in the hay there beside the cow. If you could run it over to her and then come back, I've got some plans for you. And here's a book. That's a lot to read. Oh, do you guys want me to read all the books? I mean, I'm interested in. Alright, let's read it. Screw it. I'm gonna read everything. History of Halrua. Except for the tutors dialogue, because they can go screw themselves. Halrua was settled centuries ago by wizards fleeing the Fey Rim in what was to become the Anauroch Desert. The first wizards came in unique flying ships invented by the Netherese and found a beautiful and rich city, settled only by shepherds and large herds of aurochs and wild growth. It was here that the wizards decided to make a stand, should the Fey Rim follow. The Fey Rim never did, but Halrua has had to defend itself from attacks by all of its neighbors since then. Over the centuries, Dambreth has attacked and raided Halrua's ports and borders multiple times. Once, led by a magic-resistant barbarian, the Dambrai occupied all the country south of Lake Halrua. I had a hard time saying that, Halrua. They were defeated in battle by the great archmage Mekontil, who slew their barbarian leader. 40,000 Dambrai attacked, and were stopped by 500 Halruans. More than 200 Halruan wizards, including Mykontil, died in the battle. I'm probably butchering most of these names. The last attack upon Halrua was less than 100 years ago, through the Teleth Pass by the power-hungry king of Lapalia. He had allied with bandits from the wastes, though this time the Halruans were able to field a larger force, including fighting men as well as wizards in their skyships. The attackers were easily routed. Halrua also suffered through a civil war about 5 centuries ago, when a number of mages advocated beginning new experiments in magic, ones which even the Netherese didn't approve of. The renegades were driven from the region, but went on to found the land of Thay, or so it is said in Halrua. Since then, Halrua has been at peace. They have had no declared wars, though it still suffers raids from Dambrai pirates, bandits of the wastes, savages from the Mahair jungles, and any other pirate, raider, or hungry wizard who thinks that magic and wealth grow on trees in Halrua. This constant raiding was made...
Now? Soon? Too soon?
Be quiet, Pete. This constant raiding has made the Halruans very defensive, warlike, and traditional. The people say that since wizards have always led them, wizards always will. Did I pick it up? Did not. There we go. So I might not read all the text like that. In most games, I usually skip the world building lore, and I only read like the important notes and things like that. My book. It reminded me of Gorian when you grin like that. Raising you has been hard on him, I know, but he says it's a toil of love, a toil of destiny even. You must be a very special child indeed, to draw such praise from a man of his silent nature. Here, take this little gem of mine. Maybe Winthrop will give you a little something for it. So she gave me a lynx eye gem. Should go in here and look at. Lynx eye is a specific type of labradorite, a feldspar gemstone. Labradorite is a class of stone. As a class of stones, it's pale to dark gray and has patches of colored reflections. Not super important. It's just a treasure you can sell. Nothing crazy about it. Then he wanted me to return to him as well, after giving her the book.
What do you need?
Nice day, ain't it? Too bad Nessa here ain't enjoying it, though. Her being sick and all. Need to get her one of them potions of antidote off Hole. He stayed up drinking last night and got hauled out of bed to man the gates early this morning. So I bet he's got a few of them lying around somewheres. And Hole is down to the south here. Priest of Ogma?
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
I am pleased to see you have taken time to pay tribute to wise Ogma. I was wondering what you had to offer at this Temple of Wisdom. And you can enter, give donations. You can get healed here and also resurrect. You can buy and sell stuff. Let's see. Identify things. You can pay for spells, so yeah, you can raise dead and get cured and dispel magic, things like that. So temples are pretty important. And they can be expensive. So Hole was down here. Let's turn in this quest. So we talk to Hole. Where's he at? He's all the way down here, I think. There he is. Hey kid, I woke late this morning and left my sword in the barracks before going on duty. If you want to get it for me, it's in the chest at the foot of my bed on the right side of the barracks. Quick now, before the gate warden catches me without it. You'll also find an antidote there. I think Dreppen needs one for old Nessa. Alright, so we can go grab this real quick. I think this was the barracks, right? Bunkhouse, barracks is over here. Yeah, just some early game fetch quests. Most CRPGs open up with quests like this. Fuller.
I'm here to help. I should have joined the army.
Ugh, what a mead-filled night. That hole was just too much. Poor Sap had to go man the gate this morning too. I don't know how he does it. What can I do for you anyways? Yeah, the Mead would explain why Hole forgot to put his sword on this morning. He sent me to fetch it for him. Sure. It should be in the chest over against the right wall there. So it should be right here.
I should have joined the army.
Alright, I was just wondering if you had any errands I could run. Errands? Yeah, actually. I need a quarrel of crossbow bolts. If you get some off Winthrop at the inn, I'll reimburse you. Oh, very well. There'll be a few coins in it for you too, so you can stop giving me that look. Alright, so he wants some coins. All these are probably locked, I think. Yeah. We should be able to take care of that later.
At once.
Alright, I'm going to turn this into Hole, and then we'll turn in the other thing to Dreppen, the antidote. And then we'll call it an episode. Again, it's going to be a slow start. But in the next episode, we should be leaving Candlekeep. Oh, thanks, kiddo. Gory didn't bring you up half bad, did he? You're lucky to have grown up here in Candlekeep, to be honest. Sometimes I think that the world outside these gates has gone mad, with all this fighting over iron shortages and all. And Baldur's Gate will be at war before the season's out. Mark my words. Anyhow, I'm on duty. Here's 20 gold pieces for saving my skin from the chief. Then we'll go talk to Dreppen real quick, turn in that quest.
What do you need?
Heh, you're a wonder you are. Stick with me and we'll go far. Well, okay, stick with me and we'd probably never leave the walls of Candlekeep, would we? They say the bandits out there aren't after gold and gems anymore, but just plain old iron. It's one of them whatchamacallits, paradoxes or whatever. It's dangerous, so you want to wear some good solid plate and carry an axe that'd make Tempest jealous. Rather than protecting you, it just makes everyone want a piece of you, right? Given my druthers, I guess I'd rather stay right here. So he gave me some experience. Nothing crazy. Alright, in the next episode, we'll probably pick up by exploring in here. Talk to Jundalar. I think we get into a fight with these guys. Don't quote me on that, though. Actually, you know what? I think what we'll do in the next episode is get those crossbow bolts for Fuller. I need to get in the habit of quick saving. I haven't quick saved once this entire episode. There's really no reason to, but developing a habit early on is always a good idea, especially in a game like this. Our next episode, we'll continue with the fetch quests, and then we'll go talk to Gorian and progress the main story. I think there's some tutors in this center bastion that we can talk to as well. Again, I'm trying to get that achievement because I've never gotten it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next episode.